Okay, so today is the 3rd of September. I'm trying not to cry because I just cried for almost an hour. So, some of you who watch my videos may know that I got another hamster after Dino, and her name was Millie. And I was going to shoot a video introducing Millie into my YouTube family and you know, like do stuff with her, show her your enclosure or the enclosure and everything. However, that did not work out because I started school and I only had her for about a month, and yesterday I noticed that she was walking around with a humpback. I'll include some videos of her before and her yesterday, and then I'll tell you about what happened. So these were videos of her before. She was a very healthy Chinese dwarf female hamster. I got her and she was so tiny. She was absolutely adorable. She was the calmest one in the cage, which is what I wanted after Dino. But she absolutely loved sitting on my lap as I did my homework, and she would nestle up in my clothes and take a nap. And she absolutely loved Gerber Puffs. So that was her special treat that I would give her. She also loved digging in the sand. That was something that none of my hamsters appreciated. So you're actually on top of her cage. I can show you. The whole top level I put is just sand, and I put sand in her coconut and the glass bowl, and she would just sit in there and dig like the entire day. And she would, well, actually night. She was very, very active at night. She loved spinning on her wheels. And yesterday I noticed, I came home from school about 4 o'clock and she was awake, which is not normal for her because she is very active at night and usually sleeps during the day. So I thought nothing of it. I'm like, oh, maybe she didn't get much sleep last night, or my mom's mowing the lawn, so maybe she can hear that outside and it woke her up. I then noticed that she was walking around with like a hunchback. Usually Chinese dwarf hamsters are very long when they walk. They have very long bodies, but she was like all hunched up. And I started Googling, and it said that like she's probably constipated, or she has gas or something. I'm like, okay. So I take her out and I put her in her playpen, and it said to give her like rich green food. So I gave her some spinach and some strawberries and some water, because another thing said that she might be dehydrated. So I watched her in the playpen for 3 hours, and she started pooping, which was good. And she started to walk a little better. So I'm like, okay, I think we're in the clear. So I put her back in her cage, and she was running on her wheel as I sat here and did my homework. And 9 o'clock came around, and she went to bed. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. She was up all afternoon. She's probably going to bed now. So I went to bed, and I had this dream last night that I found her dead. So as I woke up, I had this fear in me that if I looked in her cage, she would be dead. Sure enough, that's what I found. I think she's dead. I think I see her ear. Oh my god. She's not covered up, and I don't think she's moving. Oh, she's dead. She passed. I'm guessing she had some sort of blockage, and I thought she was in the clear, but clearly she wasn't. So in my mind, I'm just thinking that maybe if I sat with her for another hour, I could have prevented this, or if I even took her to the vet, I could have prevented this. And some of you may be saying, it's a hamster, like, no need to take, like, it's a pet. And you need to be aware that, like, you should take any animal to the vet, even if it's a fish. You know, those viral videos of the fish giving tumors out of their ears, or their eyes. I don't know, I wish I could have done something. And I don't know if the past 2 hamsters, Dino and Millie, they have died under me having them under 6 months. I don't know if it's something I'm doing, or if it's something in my house. I don't understand, because back when I had my first 3 hamsters, they were in the Habitrail critter trail cages, the plastic ones, the colorful ones. And I just had them sitting up on my dresser, and I just gave them bagged food. They didn't have any variety, really. Every once in a while I'd give them a thing of spinach, but I wasn't feeding them as well as I should. And of course they didn't have enough space as they should. But Toby, my very first hamster, he lived like 3 years living like that, and he was a Chinese dwarf. And then I got the other 2, and I got them, they were a little bit older, so I didn't expect much, and they lived for about a year. But, and then Remy was such a good hamster, and I honestly have no idea where he went. I just looked in his cage one day and he was gone. We think he escaped out of his playpen, but I don't know. I haven't found his body, and we haven't smelled anything, so. But in my mind, he's living out in the field with all of the field mice, and he has his own little family out there, which I know is impossible, but let me live. But yeah, Dino and Millie, I don't understand what's been happening. If any of you know or have suggestions about what I could be doing wrong that's harming my hamsters, please let me know. I think I'm going to take a break with hamsters for a little bit and focus on school. I still haven't cleaned out her cage. I think I'm gonna have a funeral for her, because my first 3 hamsters, I buried them in the backyard, and Remy ran away, and then Dino, I disposed of him with his bedding. But Millie was different. I loved Millie so very deeply, and she deserves a proper burial, so yeah. Okay, I just got off of school. I had a good day, made a friend, and I just printed out this coffin template, because I think Millie deserves a coffin. All the other hamsters I've buried, I made them like a little fabric pouch, but like it was winter, so it was cold. I don't know, I thought it made sense. But I'm gonna take the cardboard box from my dad's ice cream and make Millie a little coffin. Okay, so I finished her coffin. The inside, literally the ice cream box, but I wrote her name on it, put little paw prints. I'm gonna go ahead and put her in here and put some bedding in there, and then I gotta go dig a hole. There she is. She just looks like she's sleeping. So we're gonna say goodbye. Okay, covered her up, and I got this flower from my mom's garden. stick it in there. Well, Millie, I thank you for getting me through the first week of on-campus college. You made it through Hurricane Ida, and I hope you get as many Gerber puffs as you want up in hamster heaven, and I hope you feel better. Bye, Millie.